On SmackDown, they did the thing where everybody walked in, and then Orton came and into Gorilla, and basically, where we left it last week was that he's going to have to go over Nick Aldis's head, because Aldis can't make the match between Orton and Kevin Owens. So Orton goes to the ring, makes big entrance, and he says he's been trying to get Owens, but for some reason he's off limits. So Triple H, come on down. You're the next contestant on Can They Talk Us to Death? He says, if I didn't know better, I would say that you're protecting Kevin Owens. And then they play Triple H's music, and out he comes as an executive. I want, if they ever do something with Nick Khan, you think they'll give him music, Brian?
No. I can't imagine him coming out to, unless it's like just generic WWE music, or
I think they got to give him a theme song.
Like every few years, a random babyface would get the theme music to the Young Stallions.
No, what about if no? They can license music now. They can spend money. What about "Don't Call Us, We'll Call You" by Sugarloaf? That would be perfect. Think about the lyrics.
Really?
Think about the lyrics. Anyway, so here comes Triple H, and he didn't want to do this in public, but since you never show up to work on time, Randy, I'm not protecting anybody. I'm doing my job. And Randy persists in this line of discussion with Triple H, where Triple H trying to say, look, the match isn't going to happen. No, it's blah, 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 blah. And finally they get hotter. You're protecting Kevin Owens. And Triple H says, I'm not protecting Kevin Owens. I'm protecting you. And did you feel like that the people particularly were worried about fucking, when they did that big revelation, right? Was anybody worried about Orton in this situation?
On the face of it, no, probably. But that's why Triple H had to explain it. And to the best of whatever he said here.
Well, I know, but I'm thinking that because it didn't seem like they were more like, ooh, how dare you say that to him, right? Then it seemed like I'd like to see Orton and Triple H after that more than I want to see Orton and Owens. Anyway, Triple H says Owens has always been about business and he's got no friends, but he trusted you and Cody and he let his guard down. He liked and trusted you guys, and he thinks you turned on him. So we're almost going into at least they're doing it in a professional way, but we're almost going into the whose friends are you that AEW's been doing for 5 years. Do you think they're starting to do their own shit and draw with it just to show AEW up?
I don't know. I mean, it's not exactly the, you were my friend. I want you to be my friend. I wanted a hug. You didn't hug me. Whatever the hell's going on over there. The idea that Owens is saying to Triple H, the boss, that Cody and Randy turned on him, it kind of gives him a little bit of a nutty edge right now, because how the hell did they turn on him?
A nutty edge. It sounds like you've been to a wine tasting, and it has a hint of garlic and a nutty finish.
With him, it's a hint of mildew.
Yeah, you still get a nutty finish though. But anyway, so Triple H is saying he's not the same guy, and I don't want to put him in the ring with you because you've been out for 18 months with your bad back and you've come back and I just got you back and I don't want to lose you. And again, I'm thinking, God, there's Randy Orton is 6 foot. It looks like he's grown taller too, but 6'3", 4, 280, jacked. And there's fucking Owens, not as tubby as he used to be, but there's Owens, right? If you left pudding sitting out in the sun, it might form in the same shape as his physique.
Yeah, because of Orton's height, he's one of the more physically imposing guys on the roster.
So, but maybe they think, well, Owens could potentially bring in a hand grenade or run him over with some type of SUV. But Anyway, Orton says, "Hey, I didn't ask for Paul Levesque. I asked for Triple H, the game. What would you do?" And then Orton makes the big pitch, the big sales pitch. Give it to me, and the people want it. And actually, this was done excellently. If you accept a preposterous premise, that was very alliterative. In that, once they started, Orton made the pitch, and Triple H is thinking about it, and the crowd is cheering, "Let them fight, let them fight." And the way that they built this, they got the people into the idea of Orton versus Owens more by the time they finished this thing than they probably would have been beforehand. And finally, Triple H says, "I hope to God you know what you're asking for, because you've got it. Protect yourself at all times." Like fucking Owens is Mike Tyson.
Yeah, because even he like said there during the thing, he's like, when he came here, he wanted to be called a prize fighter.
A prize.
And all I'm thinking is, did anyone say you're not a prize fighter? You're not in any respect of the word a prize fighter.
Well, the thing is, that's so ironic because Kevin Owens, whether you like him or not, and this is not even an insult to people, depending on your mode of thinking, Kevin Steen was one of the more indie-minded guys that ever got onto that roster. And so the idea that he's only about business and not he's the guy who was trying to talk me into letting a motherfucker dive off the balcony on him, in front of 600 people. So the idea that he's only about, Orton's the one that's all about business and getting the most out of the least, prolonging the career, making the most money, selling the most tickets, having the little things of the art. He's the one that's about business. He's the prize fighter. Owens would do this with fucking Sami Zayn in a goddamn flatbed truck moving down the highway just for fun.
He's not the prize fighter, he's the booker fighter.
But that's not a slight at Booker T for anybody who just wandered in this place accidentally and is not with it.
And it's not a shot at Hunter, and I don't mean this Hunter. I mean the other Hunter that was booking.
The Booker Hunter. Anyway, so that was good. What are your thoughts on that being okay or good?
I thought it was all right. It was a good wrestling segment on the show in between the matches that, for the most part, most people probably aren't really invested in. But who knows? Actually, I'm not. I know that.
Well, no,
I like these kind of segments.
And that's the thing is that you wait for the.
I don't know about doing the match at Saudi Arabia. That's probably my biggest problem with the whole thing.
Well, I guess they're loading Arabia up. They're loading up the card in Saudi Arabia more than we thought they might for a sold show. But then again, they sold it for $50 million fucking dollars. So I guess, let them drop the cow over there.